Hello again, everybody. So I figured I'd do a review on my Digmaster DM 100 now that I've hit 69 foggy hours. So, purchased this thing in the spring, I guess, for a number that was ridiculously cheap. So I was very skeptical, but I've known a couple people that have had these, so I kind of knew what I was in for. And happy to say it's been relatively headache free. I see a lot of people saying, you know, I don't really know much about excavators, should I buy this, yada yada yada. Yeah, why not? If you know how a fuel engine works, a gasoline combustion engine, if you can diagnose no start issue, if you know the three things it takes for an engine to fire, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. So under the hood of this bad boy is just, well, what we know is a clone. 420cc. It's the identical engine that I have in the Champion generator, which I found kind of funny. So it's really fuel efficient. Like, I cannot complain whatsoever on the fuel. Just sips it actually, so I can get a lot done on a tank. It's kind of a pain to do a fill. I just did one. Gotta lift the seat, and there we have it there. So a welcome addition for me is going to be some kind of an extension there so that I'm not spilling it all over a hot muffler. But anyways, neither here nor there. So really, it's pretty well covered online what to do with these things when you buy them. The hydraulic oil tank is also sort of a, I didn't bolt this back down because why? It's right there. The drain, it's kind of messy. I'm going to reconfigure that sometime, but not really on the to-do list. But yeah, the hydraulic oil that's in it is pretty much vegetable oil. Like, I think you could probably deep fry some french fries with it when you're done draining it. So got some just, 5-gallon pail hydraulic oil. The oil in mine wasn't bad. I've seen others where it is bad, and it has the handy dandy extension tail already in it. So that's kind of cool. I changed it when I first got it, and it's probably due for another one. I'll check for metallic things and whatnot. The choke cable isn't really set up right, but I can live with that. It's something I can fix later. I am going to put a fan in it. I know a gentleman on YouTube did a pretty cool video on that. It's just a 7 or 8 inch Amazon special, and there's all kinds of accessory wires in here that are unused, so I'm just going to get a voltage tester and see what lights up 12 volts when it's running and just wire it right to that, or maybe just unhook my hour meter. Nah, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, over here on off for the fuel, or sorry, for the no, it is for the fuel, right? I never use it. I guess that's so that it's anti-theft, whatever. I am going to get a battery shut off. Hasn't been a problem yet, but it's only a matter of time, and they're like $18, so it'll go there. Fan, oh yeah, and the exhaust. The exhaust is kind of, well, whatever. It's kind of short. So the problem is you get a bit of blowback on the tailgate. So you got two choices here: either extend the pipe or make the hole bigger, or just leave the tailgate open. So I usually just leave the tailgate open. The only real problems I have with it, one day a relay burnt up on me. I think that was just because I left it, I don't know, got exposed to the moisture or whatever. So I got to put some diabetic grease on the fittings, and that should take care of that. But yeah, I had one hydraulic fitting come loose. It was, you'll know when you get low because it starts to work like crap. I knew something was up, and I just checked underneath, and sure enough, there was a big puddle. So the fittings in that are fairly easy to get to. So I'm just gonna leave this open. I'm gonna do a little fire up here. It is bouncy. I smashed my head off the top one time and gave myself a nice little, bump. But that was due to user error, not the machine. Can't blame the machine for that. So it is simple. You cannot get any simpler than this. Just start her up. I don't have the choke on because I think it's still on. Yep, drum. So, cruise controls. I just moved that rock with it. It looks bigger in person. So I'm just clearing a path with my pond and just moving some stuff around. Yeah. I don't have the hydraulic thumb. I could see where that would be useful now that I've got to know the machine, and you know, kind of tough to film and drive, but anyway, just and then you're over here. Yeah. Anyway, I would recommend it as long as you know what you're getting. It is slow. Oh my lord, is it slow? It's about 30% the speed of walking to actually move it. You know, with the tank tracks. But yeah, the little stabilizer works good. It sort of works as a bulldozer blade, but yeah, it works as a bulldozer blade. I'll say that. But it's more for stabilizing. Another thing that I learned kind of the hard way is always work with your boom as low as possible for your center of gravity. So as low as you can keep it, the more stable it'll be. Another thing I see is guys saying about jerky controls. Well, they're, you know, this isn't an 80s arcade game. I find if you if you just feather it, it's a lot smoother. Now, obviously, this is very cost-efficient hydraulics, so I'm sure if you put this and that on, it would make it better. It's no Kubota, but it wasn't priced like one. So, yeah, I've just found if you just feather it, it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. And I find it kind of has a hard time when you get multiple hydraulic functions going at the same time, which, from the research I've done, makes sense based on hydraulics. So like if you're moving and you're trying to play with your boom, it's, you know, doesn't really like that, but it still does it. It's just kind of cranky about it. So yeah, overall, if you can diagnose fuel, air, spark and determine which one's not doing what, I would recommend buying one of these. Don't worry about the hydraulics there, learn on the fly with them. But yeah, no, for the amount of money we have in this machine, it's pretty good deal. So anyways, have fun.